There we go.
All right. Hello, everyone. Now, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can hear me.
I can. And now get ready to check on my computer before we go any further to make sure I can be heard.
Indeed. There we go.
All right. Hello, everyone. You hear that?
Yeah, I hear
Okay.
you.
All right.
I can hear you. You can hear me.
I can. And now get ready to check. Okay. Well, let's get this party started. You hear me? We got a microphone check. Everything is working great. Um, I can see me on here. I can see you. Thank you for coming to the show today. I'm so excited to have you here, Dr. Copeland. Yes, I am. So
Thanks
thank
for
you.
being on here. Appreciate you inviting me back.
Yes, I had a ball on the last one. And we had so much good information for y'all, and the sound was not working, and then we had to redo it. And the second round was nice, but the first round was even better. But now we got this. And what we do here is we do not operate off a script and all of that type of stuff. We freestyle what I well, I'm freestyling with my knowledge, but Dr. Copeland has really studied his craft and he knows exactly what he's talking about. So he is not freestyling. So, but I think we freestyle with our life a little bit. I freestyle. And I think a lot of us others freestyle in life too. We probably was freestyling like crazy yesterday at that kitchen table. You hear me?
Right?
Yeah, you know, my son, let me tell you about my oldest son. When I used to cook when I was younger, he used to take his shirt off. Um, at the like, here, come to the dinner table, take his t-shirt off, wrap it around his neck like a big bib, and he'll have a serving spoon and a serving fork. And he eat off of a platter. Like he get like a really big platter, so because them plates don't work, your plates be getting over full. So he had like a platter, and man, he used to eat, and he was like, he stopped this. It's like when he got in his 20s, he would eat so much till he like had to throw up. Man, I'm not trying to be nasty, but till he had to
Mm.
throw up. He was just so full and miserable. But that was the goal that he tried to accomplish. So we accomplished that goal again. Once again, every year we accomplish it. And I don't think we are the only family that do that. And we ate. Everybody was so full. Then we watched the movie because you don't want to do too much else. But we watched the movie and everybody got all sleepy and we just wanted to sleep. So
Mm.
it's definitely a lot of overeating and stuff like that, and not having the foods that you had in a long time and stuff. And I don't want to hate on Thanksgiving. I don't want to do that because I didn't even send out, honestly, I didn't go on my Facebook and say, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Thanksgiving. I didn't because of the stories behind Thanksgiving. But at the same time, I know it's a way to gather around food and family and stuff like that. So I don't want to take that away from the festivities. So I would like to just say that I think back in the day we had like Sunday dinners all the time.
Yeah,
When hmm,
that's what I was thinking. You know, what happened to the Sunday dinners? We don't have to wait once a year. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, so we have these Sunday dinners, and then your family will come over, and I think like if we go further back into that, like that was a time we come together, we strategize and try to figure things out, and food and making some accomplishments possibly. Um, then it just turned to food and not really getting anything together. But
Mm.
I think if we could just go back and we could enjoy our family, big dinners and festivities. I think we should go back to at least once a month when you bringing your family together and you talk about what's the plan here as as a family, because we can't make plans as a whole race and a unity and all of that type of stuff when we don't even got our own individual family together, if that's making any sense.
I agree with you on that. I
Okay,
mean,
so
mhm.
hmm,
I know you saying people being glutinous yesterday, eating to their max. I was invited to a friend's house
hmm.
when they were families have aunt later, but yeah, ate a nice little plate myself. Not into celebration, but the like I said, the community of being with people, and being around people.
It's fun.
But we're gonna got to get into, what I'm saying, Thanksgiving itself. Then we got Yuletide season coming up. People call it Christmas. I think we should go ahead and get into these subject matters.
Okay, and that is the title too. It's starting to look a lot like Christmas everywhere I go. Hey, the Mason Parade on too right now. I didn't even know that. Right? So anyway, I think the goal is I'm gonna do some disclaimers. So I gotta do that first, okay? So let's do a disclaimer.
Okay.
Let's see how that's gonna work. And I got a little humor too. So let me do my disclaimer first. Let me see how I can make that happen. Oh, and let me tell you too, this my system that I got going on now, I got to do a little bit more clicking and pulling things together on the back end because I'm on the StreamYard and I've been getting the free trial, but now they took away a lot of my perks
Mm.
because my free trial is up and they want me to pay into it. And I think the cheapest one is like 58 dollars. It's not worth it. You hear me? So
$58 a year or a month?
a month.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. And the perks ain't all that. So um so I have to work around the system. So it takes me a little bit more. So now I just can't click the button and make things happen. I have to um do other things, which be a bit challenging for me. Okay. But I'm gonna try. All right.
All
So
right. So you got it.
that's what we all need to be trying to do. We gotta get out of our comfort zones and start trying some stuff. So all right, let me try to do this disclaimer. All right. Hold on. Cause I got a lot of tabs open too.
Mm.
Right here. I think this is it. Let's go. Well, that's not it. That's not it.
Okay.
That's not it. Let me go back. Huh? Did you see anything?
Yeah, I seen something. Something came up on the screen.
All right, so I put that in the title. because I'm trying to learn now how to get, you get these copy strikes and all this type of stuff. So I'm trying not to get that. Ever since I've been putting the disclaimer in the description box, which I do have that in the description box. So that's what that was. So I'm gonna take that off. Then I wanted to do the video. I'm gonna take that off. I'm sorry. So anyway.
Whenever you're ready. Just waiting on you.
Yeah, I'm taking too long. All right. So anyway, the disclaimer is there. I throw it up again. We're gonna get ready to go. Where you wanna this is where I wanted to start with the holidays. I did have like the holidays up, right? And I lost that. But let me try to see if I could just get that. The calendar for the holidays. Let me just get the and images. So we can get into that at least. So these holidays is only made for us to spend money for the economy. Can you see that? I just got a bunch of holiday stuff up. So,
okay. Wow. Okay.
So we got 12 months in a year. Every month it's a holiday celebration. And they design this for the economy so that the economy can always have some kind of way to gain some revenue from us, the people. So, you got the New Year's for New Year's celebration. Let's just start from here. So we had Thanksgiving, then we had the Black Friday. So from Black Friday, because what I understand is that, the years get ready to end. These corporations are trying to get as much money before they close their books up. The sales you think you're getting, you're really not getting. And they're not even deals. It was really bad at one time because they might say you're gonna do this TV at this price, and the TV be really supposedly at a good price, but that TV was actually made for this moment. So you're not getting the best TV anyway. You're getting a cheaply made TV at a higher price, but you think you're getting a good discount. So beyond that, so you just spent money for Thanksgiving. Now you're gonna do Black Friday from going into the stores. Then they say, let's do the Cyber Monday on the internet. Let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. It's never for you. It's for you to keep spending money. And we just keep falling for it. So then we got Christmas coming and you know what, Santa Claus and all of that too. But that was never the thing too. And then the bright lights and all this type of stuff and the Christmas music in the store. And let me tell you too, people, everybody, just even when I was in the store for Thanksgiving, getting a couple of items, we got strangers. Happy Thanksgiving! Happy Thanksgiving! Everybody's so happy. That's how Christmas is too. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! And you're going to have a little bit for the new year. Happy New Year! But after that, everybody going back into that hateful self. You hear me? And I don't know if that's strong, but it's ready to go away. All that joy and spreading Christmas cheer is going to be gone. So for February, for the love month, and then they gave us the Black History Month, which that's a whole nother subject right there.
Before you go too deep with it, let's go back to Thanksgiving. Well, we forgot about Halloween. We went through that first.
Oh yeah. I like Halloween.
When you have people, dress up and have the different costumes, and you have people buying different costumes and stuff of that nature,
Mm-hmm.
celebrating. Actually, in ancient time, it was rite of passage time of you to become a man or a woman in certain beliefs, certain traditions, we'll say. And then you go on into Thanksgiving. Let's look at that for a minute. There's really nothing. It's never on the same date, uh, but it's supposed to be what, the third or fourth Thursday of the month.
The third Thursday.
It's third. Okay. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even with that, you're looking at, like you said, people going out buying a bunch of turkeys, which these are not the real turkeys. I mean, if you ever people who ever hunted and stuff would tell you that the turkeys you buying at the store is not a real turkey. I mean, the big turkey legs, the big, they don't look like that. Really, is only the chest meat or the breast meat that you really have from a real wild turkey. Um, then you got, I was thinking, even when I went yesterday, I noticed that we had a lot of starch, a lot of not only starch, but shoot, my brain went blank for a minute. But I can just do for the starch, like noodles. You got, your potatoes and all that stuff. You had maybe one or two greens, but greens itself, you can overcook them to where really only thing that's valuable is what the old folks used to call the pot liquor,
Mm-hmm.
when you drink the juice from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even then, the greens are overcooked, so it's really 100%. That's why people falling asleep. You you got itis and stuff like that because you don't over did the system, you know what I mean, the bodily system with all these actually sugar, because like I said, starch and all that going to turn into a form of sugar. And then you went into Black Friday, which is very interesting, which I was thinking about that. If you remember how it first, when it started about 10 years ago now, or do you remember?
Yeah, it's been some years. I think even more than 10, but I'm not too sure the exact.
It might even find when Black Friday first started. Because if you look at it when it first started, before the internet, like you say, you got Cyber Mondays and stuff like that. People was lined up, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then they come charging in the store. People got trampled on over. I don't know, remember that type of hype was going on at one time on the news
Mm-hmm.
uh, when it first started. You got that. And then when I was in Africa, South Africa actually, Cape Town, they was telling me about on Fridays they used to sell slaves and stuff like that. I found that
What?
very. Um, then like I said, we spend all this money into the economy. Um, what this that was earlier this month or last month. They had cut out a lot of stuff. People thought they were gonna get the food stamps and all that. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and people on the edge and stuff like that. And I think our people in general not really looking at like the shenanigans and the different mind play that they doing to us uh, every year. And you was telling me about they trying to do a little boycott this year about don't really buy and stuff. What was it you was telling me about that?
Yes, the economic blackout.
Oh, the
And
economic blackout. Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, until we maybe like say once a month or we used to like say on Sundays come together as a families and really discuss these issues instead of thinking about the football games or thinking about what they seen on some type of movie or something like that, and really discuss real human issues and like you said, family empowerment. Um, we are, in a sense, in my opinion, it's a lost people. You know what I mean? But then, like you were saying, I'm going to the next season, which is Yuletide season. People call it Christmas, but we really need to look at the word Yuletide season This is dealing with the sun actually coming back closer to the earth, but it also dealt with rituals for 3 days, with people, men beating on their wives, doing homosexual. That's why it's called Merry. You saying Merry Christmas because they was doing what's called merry making. Merry making was homosexuality. Okay, you can look these things up. This is so they went through that, got drunk. You know what I mean? They had a ritual drinking pig's blood, probably even human blood. Okay, because we dealing with people who still to this day deal with cannibalism. Okay, these are known facts for hundreds or even thousands of years. When they used to have the Roman thing where they was going against the lions or then what's called the gladiators and all that. They used to because some of the people were so poor after they killed the person, they was not only cheering because the person won, because now they got somebody they're gonna chop up and sell the body parts and eat the meat. Okay, this is real, history. If you really dig into it and find out. Then you, like you say, you're going into Janus, which is January, which is now you talking about the new year, which is really not the new year. We have to understand that. The new year is dealing with springtime. Okay, what's called the spring equinox. That's bringing in the new year. Things are springing or bringing in the new from the death. By January and February, things are definitely dead. You celebrate in the sense of death, dealing with Janus, which was an ancient goddess, if I'm not mistaken, the moon goddess, if I'm not mistaken. We can always do your research, but
well, can I jump in on that one right quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think what I would prefer to do and what I would share with my family and with our audience is I would rather prefer to celebrate the new year for when the spring comes, because it's like the weather's beautiful, you see the flowers blooming, and spring take on a whole different look. But for this right here, the cold and all that type of stuff, to my happy new year, and everything is dying. So I'm not gonna do that this new year. Like, it's a new year, I guess, by calendar, but in our reality, to me, is not the new year for life. So I just be like a little bit, hey, happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, happy what is it? Happy Thanksgiving and stuff, Cause dare to be different. My God, dare to be different, and they be ready to attack you. You hear me? People will be ready to attack you when you start talking something different. So anyway, I like that. We really think that is the new year. Everybody start making these New Year's resolutions, and they going, "I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this for the new year, and I'm gonna do that." So maybe not even take on, because New Year's resolutions, I don't even know who made that up, but maybe instead of promising some things that you say you're gonna do, maybe kill some things. Like, don't start nothing new, kill something old that you might do, because that's a big accomplishment to not do something that you're so used to doing. Don't try to do nothing new. Let something old go. Try that. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, ain't saying you let go of the old. That's how something new. You have room for something new to come in. Okay. You see. So yes, definitely try to think of all the things that you may need to get out of your life that's not benefiting you or growing you at this time, before you can have something new come in. Because like I said, a lot of people do it for a couple of weeks. I'm gonna lose weight or something like that, and but like I said, by the time the actual new year comes, springtime, they back, you know, gaining an extra 50 pounds or something, you know.
I did say that too. And that probably might be part of the society setup because, you know, they put the idea out. You know, they said, let's since it's a new year, a new you, and all of these companies that make money, like from the pills, from the diets, from different things, they probably already racking up. You know, saying like the gym membership people and stuff. Like we're probably gonna get ready to get like I'm just making up a number. Like we're about to get 50 more new people to come and join come the first of the year because of, you know, we have taught them that the new year is here and it's time to lose some weight. And like, let's get that turkey off of you that you sat around and ate. And all of this holiday food, it's time to get back into the gym and do that. So that's just part of them getting that money again.
Yeah, in many ways, it's just a vicious cycle. You know what I mean? Even yesterday, you think about the think what really happened, you know, to the indigenous people. You know, some of my ancestors. You know, after they ate the meal, or after they showed them how to harvest, showed them how to survive in the conditions here, you know, in North America, how they massacred us and start, you know, killing us and start taking over us. And for me, that's not something to be fully thankful of, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
But go ahead. I was just gonna say, we was getting ready to get into January. He was talking about the Black History Month. You know, every month is actually Black History. You know, that we should be studying and understanding our history. Um, Definitely how we've been bamboozled and reprogrammed and all this other stuff. And then, like you said, Cupid Day or Stupid Day.
Guess what?
Go out and buy a bunch of chocolate, which is aphrodisiac. You know what I mean? People, you know, all sexually aroused and stuff for one day. You know, I get it. Go ahead. Let you go ahead for the next.
Keep going for a minute.
Huh?
Keep going for a minute. I gotta do something.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, then. I mean, I guess I can continue to freestyle with it then. For all those who tuning in, appreciate y'all tuning in to us, all friends and family, and those abroad. Definitely check me out. I want to have some health specials this for the winter months for those who want to take and prevent colds, flu, pneumonia, which is, my opinion, from my view, is coming from the summertime, which is supposed to be more alkaline foods, more you know, fruits and vegetables and stuff that we supposed to be eating. Instead, you know, we're eating everything outside of that, and ice creams and different stuff like that. And so that's why we ended up with a cold season, or flu season, a pneumonia season, and COVID seasons, and all this other stuff. But because now we're in what's called the acid months, which you can eat a little bit more on the acid side of the spectrum of foods. But however, because we already, you know, bombarded our body, now we have colds and flus. So definitely I got a special going on right now. Y'all get in contact with me, 434-401-6403. That's 434-401-6403. Yeah, I was just taking up space while you was going. So,
okay. All right. You did a great job. All right. So I'm back. That was my neighbor looking for a package. They said that they dropped it off here and somebody signed for it, but no. They started to the package system is getting to be a little bit hectic. But I know these guys are overworked. You know, you can put in an order now. They got the Prime that it might come the next day, but some of that stuff you might can get the same day. And That's just these companies overworking people. You know,
Yeah, it's
trying
just
to.
easy. I think like with FedEx and ups and all that, they have a certain time to deliver. You know, like a clock.
Mm-hmm.
Stay.
So, mm-hmm. And that's about that too. So let me do this right quick.
Okay.
Um, Here I have this. I'm changing this up. So we
Okay.
have so far we got 4 guests in the house. Thank you for being here. Uh, we truly appreciate it. So um, we both have channels. Say your channel too, so they know your channel too.
Oh yeah, my under Dr. Copeland, DOCTAHCOPELAND. That's DOCTAHCOPELAND. As you can see the name right there, Dr. Copeland. You can just Google that. You should also see my website. See the things I offer the community as well.
I did that. Look, I got that part from last time. You see what I just did? Huh? You see
Okay, yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. Okay,
All
that's it
right.
right there.
That's your that's your website,
Yeah, that's the website.
YouTube channel. Is
The
that it?
HWAC. Yeah, that's it.
All right, so that's his information. Take a screenshot of that, and then he is also on the YouTube, and then you got me right here, the ladies' room, and please hit that like and subscribe button while you're here, and also I am going to do this. See right here, I want you to give that number a call if you want to. No, don't get that number a call. Oh no, don't get that number. Don't call that number. Hold on. I thought I just changed it. Hold on there. Look, this one right here. I tell you, it's this one. Let me take that away and then do this. This is it. Lines are now open. This is the phone number 804-471-9762 if you want to join the conversation. So, um,
Okay. You can go
if
live with other people.
Yeah, so like, because we're gonna open this up for conversation. If anybody like to join in, so you know what I'm saying, they want to talk and do all the talking. Look, this is open for conversation, so feel free to call in right there, and I answer the telephone. So, back to what you were saying, which is all good information. These holidays, they make up the stories that they want us to know, which all of them is happy stories. These stories are designed to these holidays to make you want to go out and just spend. It's for the economy. So um, and then when we sit and we say, "Oh, this is happening in the economy and it's not doing so well," they don't even really believe that it's not doing so well because we make it happen. We
Mhm.
make it happen. And when that food stamp scare came through, right? Um, and I kept saying, "Don't go out there and spend all your money," because I knew them food stamps was gonna come back though. See, the food stamps not gonna go all the way yet because it'll hurt the economy, the big guys, like the people that own Walmart, the people that own Food Lion and stuff. They make a lot of money from food stamps because that food stamps convert back to money for them that the government give them. So to take that away, you hurting billionaires. So they can't take it all the way away because they don't care nothing about us, but they care about them big money makers. So they just can't go whipping the food stamps right away because that's gonna kill the sales for Walmart.
But not yet. It's just coming though. So if people need to be prepared. We're getting ready to go into the digital currency. So we definitely need to be prepared.
Well, you know what? I think how it's gonna come. I think it's gonna come more. I don't even know. Look, I don't have all the answers, but like when the projects was made, when food stamps and welfare was designed, when social security and disability and all that stuff was put together, it was put together to help white folks. And yeah, so it wasn't there to help us. So to say all these programs and stuff gonna go away, they are going to go away for the mass, but I think they want to get it back to the very selected few, and it won't be us. That because it was hard. You know, they was getting the food stamps and everything, and then to me, when we got the food stamp, it was like, oh, kick the black man. I believe that. Kick the black man out the house. You can't shoot. Kick your kids out the house if you have to.
Yeah, you right. You couldn't have a man if you want a Section 8 or get housing and stuff like that in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
The man couldn't live in the house with you to get certain benefits. That's correct.
Yeah,
That's not.
so
But originally, when like you said, the programs, I think it started in the 50s or 40s. They
mm,
were for the poor Caucasian people more so. You got to understand, we didn't live in the cities and stuff like we moved to now. We was farmers like during the Great Depression. We wasn't depressed, they was, because we was already living off the land. We didn't have the things they was accustomed to.
aren't you familiar with that?
What part?
Like working on the farm.
Yeah, I've done it definitely every summer, and understood that had a chance to be blessed and milk a cow and stuff like that. Watch them kill, the chicken for dinner, so stuff like that. They used to slaughter the hogs uh,
What you
around
hit?
this time.
Axe?
Hmm?
You hit it with an axe?
What's that? The chicken?
When no, when you slaughter a hog, you hit it with an axe.
I never seen them really slaughter a hog. I do know my grandparents, great grandparents, and all that. I've actually my auntie was telling me last night around Thanksgiving, around this time of the year, it's be cold. That's when they slaughtered the hogs and stuff, and got them prepared and kind of smoke what's called smoke. Put them in the smokehouse. Um, put the meat down with a lot of salt and stuff like that, and hang them up in this thing called the smokehouse to last throughout the winter and stuff like that. Beef,
Yeah,
beef like that and stuff like that. But you had to
but
cut their throat a certain way and stuff like that. Or they might have shot him in the head. Like I said, I can't remember all the details of that. The chicken, I seen it chop the head off. But that one,
with the axe,
yeah, that joker get to running around and carrying out. You're like, damn. Still running around with no head. It's crazy.
oh, it be
So,
running around.
yeah, just don't die instantly like that.
I thought you get the chicken and bring it around the neck. Like you go and catch the chicken and you
Yeah, you can
grab
break
the
the
chicken
head.
by the neck. Yeah, and then you just like you do whatever, like till you break his neck.
Yeah, I heard that too. They used to trick and snap their neck and stuff like that. I understand the one that I seen one time. What I mean, how they did it, but yeah, those are also the methods.
Yeah, so see, yeah, so I never um I don't know much of farming. I just learned how to pick collard greens from the community garden. So it's good to have community gardens and teach us the way. So I did that. You hear?
A minute, and I'm back.
Yeah, you are now.
Okay.
Look at that. Look, we did that. But I got you up here 2 times, so let me try to see. Hi. You here?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, look at me. Look at me. All right, y'all. How we doing? How we doing? Any comments with the 3 people that's in the audience? You know, because we just having general conversation here. Nothing too heavy, you know, but heavy. Nothing too heavy, but it's really seriously heavy. So let's talk about, because like we can go through the whole month of the calendar, and every month is something to do, some money to spend. And it's designed for you to keep that, like, us to keep spending money. And it's not just for black folks, it's for all folks. You hear me? And I want to learn how to become less of a consumer and more of a producer. And and not produce to put back into this system here that's not designed to do anything good for us. So um what we have in here too is a mass um economic blackout. So you all know the 12 months in the calendar. You all know that every month there's a holiday. Sometimes there's more than one holiday in the month, you know. So they just keep adding it in, adding it in. And when it comes to us, they just throw in some stuff just to say, hey, we acknowledge you, you know. But look, 47, I think he gonna take it away. Or did he even take away Black History um on
I'm not sure. Didn't they add Martin Luther King Day as holiday nowadays?
well, they did add it, but he just took it out the White House, his statue.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, did he take it off the calendar? And it doesn't really mean much. Look, if you don't work for the city, you still going to work on Martin Luther King's birthday. All the good folks that got the good jobs going to be home. Martin Luther King, that Mike can't even stand him. They're gonna be home while you still working. So you got to find a way. That's what we have to do. We have to find a way and stick to it. Stop falling for the okie doke. We fall for the okie doke too much.
Well, let's think about it. I mean, we had black economic self-sufficiency, I would say up until the 1980s, because that's when crack hit the scene. And anybody who was out there on the crack scene, you seen that's when our communities really dismantled. You know what I'm saying? Fell apart. Became real distrustful to each other because people were stealing from their own grandma, you know what I mean? Just to get the crack, you know. So the crack era definitely dismantled us, um, as well as the COINTELPRO and this, in the 60s. Then by the 90s, they had the 90s, they had what's called the MK Ultra. Those who know about that, they did that through the rap music and stuff like that, with niggas with attitudes, or NWA. And a lot of record companies had deals with the prison systems. And that's where you had everybody was all on, what was the last president, this Biden. Yeah. I was like, what is wrong with you? And that was my opinion because it's simple fact. He came out with the Criminal Bill Act in the 90s. And I seen so many brothers and sisters go to prison, you know what I mean, with football numbers 20, 30 years behind that act. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Clinton came in and signed it by 95.
And that's what that's what that Democratic and Republican thing, because they like, Yeah, I remember that. They said, you think Bill Clinton is any good? And which we'll call it. Obama.
Oh yeah, I ain't talk about that, dude.
Yeah, so the thing
Yeah,
is
I
that
just get offended, but that has to be serious here. He was a puppet, you know what I mean? And he had us blind. Oh, he's the first black president. No, he was about the fifth or sixth black president, if you know your history. You know what I mean? He wasn't the first. And so he only came in and made rights for, those are the LGBT and all the alphabets that he had for him.
look, and that's how let's try to see if we can watch a really quick one or something about that. Let me bring on a video. So let me just try to again share this. Let's try this. Let's see if I got it right this time.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment,
Disclaimer.
Fair use is a use permitted by copyright
Yeah,
statute.
I did it.
Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
All right, I did it. No. So anyway, I was looking at this. Just something brief, because this type of stuff is a lot of research. People got short attention spans, so they're like, hey, we can't be here all day, get to the point and stuff like that. But you can't get to the point very quickly. This stuff been in the making forever. And they try to keep us too busy where we can't think. And I haven't did no research. I'm just looking for a really quick one that since you was talking about the crack epidemic, because that was big. You hear me? So I was actually living in New York during that time. So they're gonna try to break it down in 3 minutes. Let's see what this is like.
Crack changed everything. My name is Aaron.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right, let's just see what this is. I don't know what it is. We're watching it together. 3 minutes to try to break down the crack epidemic.
Okay, see what they got to say.
Okay.
Aaron Williams. I'm a journalist from Compton, California. I've been researching the effects of the crack epidemic for over a decade. Crack is the processed version of the party drug cocaine in rock form.
I did try it, and from that moment on, I was chasing the initial high. It goes directly to the pleasure center of your brain. There's just no escape from it once you're addicted.
It was so profitable to sell crack. Everybody lost their minds.
$1, $2, $3 more when a young baby mama and a daughter going broke. Baby
Increased violence, gangs, riots.
The Crips and the Bloods have swarmed eastward.
The use of crack increasing quickly.
Fearlessly setting up an open-air drug market.
The reaction of mainstream America was, oh my God, we have to fix this immediately.
They work every day to plot a new and better way to steal our children's lives.
That was right around the time the Dare came out, the egg, the skillet.
This is your brain on drugs.
Danger of crack.
Thousands of dollars on cash and firearms.
Enough is enough.
Trying to fix things without knowing how they got broken in the first place is a great way to break them worse. You had Ronald Reagan getting involved.
Retribution must be swift and sure for those who decide to make a career of preying on the innocent.
You have the militarized police. I've seen plenty of raids in my lifetime. If you ever seen the movie Straight Outta Compton where the tank rams in the door, that was right around the corner from my house. I remember thinking, that's a house. People live there. If you were caught with rock cocaine, they were getting these sentences for 25 years.
You've got to have mandatory laws. You've got to show people if you arrest them, we're going to keep them.
Get her out of here.
People are going in at 20 and coming out at 45. How are we supposed to build a community that way? You had this proxy war going on.
A Senate investigative panel found that there were people associated with the CIA who were involved with drug trafficking. One of the motives was to raise money for the Contras in Nicaragua.
Tonight, I can report to you that we've made much progress.
It's almost hard to comprehend what might have been if not for this crack scourge that raced through Los Angeles and other major cities.
Today, the perception is of crack users as losers. We still need treatment programs, and I think that we still need to decriminalize. Our mayor, Asia Brown, has done such a tremendous job of bringing jobs and employment back to Compton. Crime rate has gone down. Things can and should and will get better, but we have to work for it.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
They show more the West Coast verse, and then the East Coast. I was out there during that era, so I can only speak from my personal experience. We didn't really have gang. We had what's called clans and posses. You know what I mean? Which could get up to 50, 100 people at a time. But definitely, okay. And we was getting from New York and DC.
I was there in the 80s. I was in the, I was dead in the smack of it. And and I guess I could kind of say I feel a little bit embarrassed, but like I was in it, but not in it. So I've been fortunate enough not to do drugs or mess around with it. So you can be in the middle of something sometimes and don't have anything to do with it. So it's almost like mind your business. So you do not have to become like a product of your environment, right? If that's your environment and you dibble and dabble in it, then you're going to become it. But if you are a part of it and you don't really mess with that, then you can make it bad, if it's making any sense.
Yeah, I mean, on me, I was on the opposite end of the spectrum. You know what I mean? A lot of us didn't have our parents there, like talking about it, because you got to understand, in the 70s and 80s, then everybody wanted to, get a job and didn't have certain parents at home anymore. So, it was an easy way for us to make money. You know what I'm saying? Cause I remember around here when it first came out, you couldn't find weed nowhere. It was crazy how they could stop one drug, and everybody was like, "Yo, I got this stuff called Scotty. You can beam me up." I'm like, "Scotty, what the hell is that?" And so that was some of the older heads. When I say older heads, by then we've been 18, 19, because you're looking at 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so when it started hitting, you know what I mean, it was like fun at first, because they used to slap you on the wrist. It was a misdemeanor at first, okay? Mm-hmm. Until about 89, 90. And so, if cats did get locked up, they wouldn't stay in jail that long, maybe a few days or something like that. And so you had, actually, I remember it was a military dude. He popped the trunk. Mm-hmm. And that's how we got our guns, you know what I mean? He had grenades, 9mm, he had what you needed, you know what I'm saying? And so I heard, I heard in the big city, Chicago and stuff, they was like dumping cases of excuse me. They was dropping like cases of guns and stuff in the alleys and stuff, you know what I mean? So that's how we ended up a lot of these guns and stuff, because we used to walk around with, nunchucks, not what's called a butterfly knife, stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying? We'll fight, or you might get cut. You know what I'm saying? But when the crack came, at least definitely by the 90s, when you had niggas with attitudes, cats were shooting. You know what I mean? It wasn't fighting no more. So definitely when it first came out, my personal experience, it was a quick way to make money. We kind of felt it was fun, you know what I mean? And then we had what's called woos too. Woos was like cigarette or weed with crack in it, you know what I'm saying? We'll crush it up or whatever.
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about that too.
Yeah, I think they call them primos now, so they got different names for it now. But back in the day,
it was called a jumbo. I thought it was called a jumbo.
Yeah. So I know, because what happens is we go like to Philly, DC, New York, and stuff like that, and the same we can get capsules for like $5, and down here, you know what I'm saying, we could sell them for 20 or more, or 40. You know what I'm saying? So triple your money. So you had a lot of that going on, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, like dude said on the film, in a sense, I say around 90, what I seen were cats. They started bringing, because we had a lot of New York cats here, DC cats here, so they started using New York tactics on us, bringing in people from New York, certain police forces and stuff, using certain tactics on cats, and start coming down on them. And like I said, giving us 25, 20 years, of time. For me personally, I got up out of the city and went to school and went to go educate myself. Because, I was back then, I was teenage alcoholic. I was hooked on woos for a minute, all that, you know what I'm saying? Luckily, I didn't get to. So a lot of people started on woos and then ended up smoking actual crack. You know what I'm saying? And, that was a whole different ball game. You had a lot of females tricking just for a crumb. You know what I'm saying? When I say a crumb, I mean literally a crumb. Yeah, I used to have cats, you use your cars for a week or whatever, you know what I mean? Bring stuff out of the house, stereo equipment, whatever, you know what I mean? You want it, you could get for just little pieces of crack, especially once you get them on their first hit. So yeah, it was a very interesting times, but it also was, like I said, a way to dismantle our community, because we had, like I said, we had posses and we started our clans and posses. That's down by the 90s. You starting to have these gangs coming in, the Bloods, the Crips, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, what in the world? But we didn't really have that in our particular area at first. You know what I'm saying? We originally had posses, and posses, like for me, I'm in one particular community. I could walk across town and, we'll posse up with another group of cats, maybe 10 or 15. Them 10 or 15, by the time we get to one side, I remember one time we started off in my community, we did a little walks, collected 5 here, 10 there. By the time we got to the club, we was like 25, 30 deep. You know what I'm saying? We had posse up. But then, the gang era, you done with certain, okay, this is my particular area, this, that, and third. But it was a little different from my personal experience back in the early 80s when stuff really first started hitting.
Okay, so with that being said, and I'm glad that you are here with us today, okay? Because this is definitely stories for the intercity for us. So, and it's still happening right now. It's just happening in a lot of different ways. And I guess like we need to find solutions because this stuff is happening and it's just happening in different phases, different ways and stuff like that. It's never going to go anywhere. So we have to govern our own neighborhood, you know, and figure out how we're going to, you know, make it through. And I think we can do it. Well, I know we can do it because we have done it before. So we just have to get focused in doing it. So I guess it's just got to start with one person, then another person, and another person. How you said, like y'all walking through town, it might be 5 of y'all. And then as you continue to walk and you grabbing up more and more, and by the time you get to your destination, you got these many people.
You gotta understand, beloved, you know what I mean? Like I was saying, the MK Ultra and all these different agencies. Because you know, when I started by 2000 being in the community, because I had certain experiences, you know what I mean, and like you said, trying to, you know, start gardens, trying to, you know, I guess like you're saying, unify the people to a degree. They don't want that, family. You understand, especially us, because of the simple fact we are, you know, the original people. We are the guys. So you know that we can. You know, like I said, we had our own businesses and everything up until about the 80s or so. And so you when you start doing that, you breaking into their funds. You know what I'm saying? So it's part of it's not the same slavery with chains no more. It's more mental slavery now. You see what I'm saying? So why would I take and free my slaves like that? Because you can have certain programs, you only gonna make it but so far with it. Because of the fact, like we were saying earlier, our own families are disunified, and everything was more family oriented up until the 80s, early 90s. You see what I'm saying? But now the family itself is fighting each other. You know what I mean? Probably yesterday, and you know, you had a couple of family members probably got to fight or whatever. Somebody got shot. You know what I mean? Somewhere.
Yeah. Absolutely, because you know what? Because we talked about all the good things and all the good food and stuff like that. But yeah, people coming together, they coming from out of town, all kinds of things is happening. Yeah, some people probably went to jail last night behind fight. I have been to actually in my own family when people that got together, and especially if you have drinks, like people that ate. Now belly's full, you got all this liquor around that you can just drink, and then like, hey, you remember when you did that BS to me back in the day or whatever like that, you know, and yeah, so it can get ugly. So
they have a 30-20 year grudge, you know what I mean? Like, come on, fam, that was 20 years ago that happened, you know what I mean? And it is fighting all that stuff.
Oh, they planned that too. They said, yeah, wait till like I'll be back next year. I'm gonna get them next year. Like they probably, you know, had some people to really be that way. Like, yeah, when I go back next year, I'm gonna address it right after we finish eating. So I like to try to come up with a solution. So
like I said, the solution is only going to be small amounts of people. Don't look for it to be hundreds or even thousands of people. You know what I mean? You got to get like I used to tell people, we got to get our immediate community together. First, if you can get like 2 or 3 blocks, then you being successful. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be hard to even do that right now because of the fact it is so much disunity, it is so much distractions. Like I said, undercover stuff that's going on to where they want your community to be a certain way. You know what I'm saying? That's how they profit off of it. That's how they get us in prisons and jails. They get money off that. You know what I mean? What, $200-300 a day off each person or more. I used to know the numbers, but I don't know what it is now. And that, can't forget about commissary, and then they working for no more than 30 cents an hour. You know, $1 an hour. 8, 12, 10 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? That once you get in there, so it's a system now. You see, so it's a difficult system. I mean, like I said, best way that my suggestion or opinion is start with your immediate community. If you can get at least one block involved, you're getting good. You know, you're getting somewhere.
Okay, I like that. I like that. And with that being said, let's talk about this because we've been doing some boycotting, and it's just a few people. It's not as big. So I listen to a lot of different people on the YouTube, and it's Jamal Bryant. He's a pastor. We've been targeting boycotting Target. I don't know if you heard about that Target boycott when they first took away the DUI and the DEI. When 47 first came into office, that diversity, equity, and inclusion. And
The Obama stuff.
Yeah, when he took it away, and Target couldn't wait to do it, and a lot of other ones. So just a little small boycott that they've been doing. They've been making them lose their stocks. Like, they are feeling a little bit of an impact. Can we get everybody to do it? No. But I want to play this right quick so we can just get an understanding. And some people, a lot of people, the momentum is picking up. So just check this out real quickly. Hold on. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
From November 25th, 2025, this year, to December 2nd, they're calling it a mass blackout. Not a march, not a protest, no science necessary. It's 1 week where we pull our dollars out of the system and see what happens when the economy feels the weight of our absence. Because we've marched, we've begged, most of us voted the right way. And now we're just going to sit back and test the one thing this country truly worships: money. See, this isn't the first time we've tried this, right? Economic boycotts have always been the heartbeat of real change. From Montgomery to Operation Breadbasket. When the buses lost money, segregation fell. When companies realized ignoring Black consumers meant losing profit, they started hiring, promoting, and pandering. History has already shown us that pulling our dollars hits harder than any speech, any march, any protest ever could. The timing isn't random. Black Friday is the biggest spending weekend in America. Billions get poured into corporations that barely reinvest in the communities that made them rich in the first place. So from November 25th to December 2nd, the goal is simple, okay? Buy nothing that doesn't circulate back into us. You hear me? Support small, support local, support Black. Because when we withhold our dollars, we remind this country that we're not just consumers. We are the economy. So yeah, the mass blackout isn't about canceling Christmas or skipping joy. It's about shifting power and realizing that every dollar that we spend is a vote for the world that we live in. They've ignored our voices. They've ignored our pain. Let's see if they ignore our absence. We're not asking anymore. We are shutting this shit down. Okay? No spending. If you do need something, make sure you go to farmers market, support small businesses. There's a ton of places that you can go to make sure you support the right people, not corporations. We are done. We're done. From November 25th.
It could be that simple. It really could be that simple.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned something, and I forgot to even say that part. The Black church, the churches or the ministers play a big part of our demise as well in a lot of communities. You have some good ones, you know what I'm saying, that's really trying to make a difference, but over the that I personally seen, some of them are the reasons also how you. I remember one back in the day when we was talking about the cracker. I remember Bishop. He was bringing in the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And putting it on the street.
What?
So Yeah. I mean, a lot of this stuff got on the street through preachers and stuff like that, ministers. So, even now when we dealing with the gentrification, you know what I mean? It's a lot of these churches, believe it or not, that's help, us losing these homes or helping the other side pretty much accomplish their goal. Let's say it like that. So if you could get more than ministers and stuff like that to, because everybody listen to a lot of people listens to their minister. You understand what I'm saying? He's like God, he's the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Then if you can get that going, that you might can, get a few extra more people.
Look, you gotta be careful up in that church house. You tell me, you know what? You gotta be careful up in that church house. So, but you're right. If the pastors, I heard somebody came in and said, "Oh, where was I? I found it in the store." She said, "Pastor," she said something. Pastor said something. And I mean, the way she said, Pastor said that, like, my God, if I was a husband, I would have been a little bit jealous. Like, Pat, you talking like Pastor, your man, like, Pastor said this, you know what I'm saying? So, shoot, if she ain't got one, will she get one? Talking about Pastor like that, maybe that was just going too far left.
I mean, you gotta understand that only people at one time that could read or was allowed to read was those who they had to preach to us, to read the Bible. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even back in slavery time, they had the slave Bible. You know what I'm saying? You can look that up, the slave Bible. So, stuff like that is part of the programming. You know what I mean? Like I said, we talking about unification, how can we do this, that, and the third? We want definitely can get a lot of the pastors and ministers on board. Then you might can't get your numbers back up because that's how originally it was our schools. That's you learned in the church house. You know what I mean? We didn't have we couldn't go to their regular schools, so we started in the churches that we had. Food pantries, all that. A lot of that started. In a lot of cases, I say it like that, in the churches, or with the King's churches.
I'm looking that up now. Let me see. It say right here, just something brief. It said, look, what is the slave version of the Bible? The slave battle. I said the slave battle. The slave
Bible
was produced in England in the early 19th century for the use in the British West Indies. All references to freedom and escape from slavery were removed, while passages encourage obedience and submissions were emphasized. So
there you have it. That's right.
There's something though. So, and some people just live. You know what? I don't even like to touch that type of stuff though, because people get so upset. But yeah, I believe
in obedience to what's going on. That's what I was just saying. You see.
So I believe in the higher, power and stuff, but I believe in a lot of things. But yeah, I believe that Bible then been manipulated, not for the best.
Well, you read it just now, didn't you?
Yeah.
To the people. I mean, it got what's called analytical instructions. What's it called? Textualical instructions.
Somebody just said a pastor is a man. I heard that some people don't even like women being pastors. Like it could be against the law. Like women pastors is not good.
That's correct.
Yeah, so
You doing catalytical, it's called catalytical instructions. That was where they took in, even to this day, certain scriptures that people got memorized. And I don't care what church you go to, whatever, you know them scriptures. That was called catalytical instructions, which going back to, like you just now read about the slave Bible, for us to be more submissive to versus rebellious to the wrongdoings that's going on for us or towards people.
So I don't know, like, I guess we got to just start, like you said. I don't have that type of power to be of a church influence or even with a pastor and stuff. They like to be in charge. You hear me? They the ones that come up with the ideas and how they run the sermons and the sermon and all that type of stuff. Like, that's their house. You hear me? Whose house? You know, like one house. Whose house? The pastor's house. You hear me? Whose house? The pastor's house. I go to church here and there. You remember one time I was telling you, when you go to the church, they say you want to be a member. I'm not talking about the church. For anybody, church folks that's listening, and be like, oh, listen to her. I'm not talking about the church.
All right.
Okay. Look. But when you go, because I go to different churches, people invite me to go. I use what I can use. I lose what I don't need to use. I don't go in there just with my mind to be molded into whatever somebody's saying. I got my own mind. So anyway, but when you go, it's like everybody stand up that's here for the first time, to give you paperwork to try to come back. It's a business, you know what I'm saying? They need to the money to, whether you come or not, you need to be sending in your tithes and just joining. You need to join. Like, would you like to join our church? And I don't join churches because I go around to different churches and I donate how I want to donate. Sometimes I might, for the little that I do have, but you know, I might not want to say, here go $25 for the church. I might want to go to the store and see the girl with got some babies, and the babies got some fun little things in their hands, and then her money don't come up all right, and say, well, we got to put this back, put that. That's the first thing to go. Sometimes, you hear me? Them kids that got them little special toys in their hands, that's sometimes the first thing to go. You hear me?
Right.
They're like, no, and they holding it and everything. You hear me? Like, no, they still. I'll get the kids stuff. Like, I'll get the kids stuff. You know what I mean? Let me pay for that. So I like to do things like that. As far as what I can do to try to give back and help and stuff. So, yeah, I just think we as people need to try to get it together. But also back to this what I just showed about the economic blackout, all folks are participating too. So even though it started as a black thing, let me just show you this right quick. This is just real quick. And then you tell me who did this. Who put this one together?
Someday we need just one victory, and we're on our way. We're playing for it all game and fight somehow.
Who did that one? Who did that one? You catching my drift? Huh? Who did that? All people getting involved. You hear me? This is not being a black thing or a brown thing. It's black, white, brown. You know.
It's like all lives matter now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you know everybody catching some of this right here that's happening now. You know, people used to seeing black folks get dogged out and stuff, but now they catching some of the, you know, a little bit of it. It's splashing over there in that area. So they're like, what the hell? You know? Because this one don't discriminate. Right now, I think what's happening is the rich and the poor. So it ain't no in between. It ain't no blacks only. It's blacks, browns, you know. It's everybody ain't a billionaire.
A multi-millionaire. Did you also see where this year where they having a lot of the Santa Clauses and all that being black in the stores?
Yeah, because they're trying to get you to buy in. They're trying to get you to buy in. Who we talking? You talking about the major corporations?
Yeah, like a lot of stores, Walgreens, CVS. I think there's a couple other stores people was talking about, to where a lot of the Christmas ornaments and stuff like that are made black. Black Santa Claus. His wife was black. The elves, you know that.
Yeah, because they know we boycotting. Look, it's getting out there. And let me tell you about Target. Target goes so hard. They losing money and they still like F them. We're not giving them what they want. You know, that's like, to me, I always say they treat us so bad, the consumers. It's like selling French fries with no ketchup. And I always with Little Caesar, you go get that pizza, and they used to give you the little sprinkled cheese. They don't give you cheese no more. They don't do that. So if you get some like a little pizza from them, and you say, "Can I get some cheese? The sprinkled cheese Parmesan?" No, we don't do that no more. And that's the day as consumers when we should have said, "I'm not buying the pizza. If you cannot give me," because at least you can say I can only give you 2 cheeses to a pizza or something. But to just say, we don't do it anymore. To me, it's almost like selling the fries at the McDonald's and saying, "May I have a pack of ketchup?" Or we don't give out ketchup no more. It's 25 cents a pack. And we as consumers will just allow that to happen and pay the 25 cents for the ketchup. And we as people need to start demanding stuff. But what I'm trying to get to, this just not a black thing. This is a whole people's thing when it comes to people supporting the economy. Now, black people might get the worst service, but now others are getting bad service too. We getting the worst, but they getting some bad service. So they like, all right, we're gonna join this boycott because we want our dollars to add up. So even though we might not have a whole bunch of people, I'm talking about our kind right now, just joining, but they will eventually. But we got just people, period, that's trying to fight back. And we're gonna have to fight back. But number one, we gotta fight back as our own group, and then we need to fight back as one human race against the corporation, because they're not people, they're a corporation. So, and they crazy about that dollar. You hear me? My goodness.
So I was gonna say, from my understanding, statistically, they saying we are the biggest consumers in the world, which is the blacks. We spend what billions or trillions of dollars in this economy.
Who, America?
A lot. America, supposed to be one of the richest countries, so they saying that. Now that's what they're saying for years. I haven't did the research lately. Been a while, but statistically, we are the biggest consumers as far as buying stuff. So I think that's why you see us saying, our people do more of the blackouts or boycotts and stuff like that, because we are the biggest consumers, from my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good that, like you said, you do have the other nationalities and races joining. A lot of time, then we'll start following behind them. Those who not, because you do have other folks doing it.
Yeah, so we need to keep it up. So, I mean, what they always say, don't stand for, what is it? Don't stand for nothing.
You fall for anything.
All right, so now, how you think we doing?
I think we're doing good. We got an hour and 30 minutes almost in. I don't know who's on. I can't see how many people they saying it's on live. You said still got 3. That's all good. People listen. At least got 3 people listening in. Maybe people can go back and share it and the information, and other people can look at it. $3.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be interrupting you when you talk to. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I was going to say, I think on the other side, so you're going to talk about was bioengineered food.
Yeah. So let me get to that, and then we covered everything. So real quickly, can y'all hit that subscribe button? Can y'all hit that subscribe button? I got 26 subscribers. It is so hard to get subscribers. You hear me? And so I would like to ask y'all if you all like this content, and over here in the comments, how are we doing? Is this something that interests you? I hope it does, because all we're doing is talking about life. That's what we're talking about. And this is a conversation that can happen all day, all night. Every day when we wake up in the morning, that's another day that you are here to do life. And your life is what you make it, honestly. You got obstacles and different things in your way to not, let you have your way. You got a system that's designed for you to do what they need you to do. But at the end of the day, this is your life and you have control of it. And number one, you got control about what you're going to eat, honestly. Like what they put together for us, the food permit is not true. Even like starting from the beginning when you had your baby, I can't believe they be like, if you fed your baby Similac, this is that, recalls on Similac and stuff, so starting from day one, from life itself. And when people had babies, they was breastfeeding, they were doing carnation milk maybe, and I don't know if carnation milk was any better than Similac, but this is our life. We need to start taking control of it. And there's no American dream, none of that type of stuff. All that stuff is just make believe. So this is what we're conversating about, just life in general. And you can start here and end up talking about this. Like it just moves around. And you can't stay stationed in one place, because not only is it your life, but you might got a kid. So you got your kid's life, and then you got parents, you got their life, everybody in different stages. And these people are so strategical that they got something planned for all of us, for your baby. soon as your baby born, for your parents, soon as they start to age out, they got something for you. Like they got something for the man, something for the woman, something for the little girl, something for the little boy. Like they got it all laid out. And we scramble to deal with our own lives. And it's okay. I'm not even trying to be like being funny. We just have to find time and try to do our best and then join others in. So that's what we're doing here. So we got 4 people. I got 26 subscribers. At the end of this, I like to see that I have 30. I like to see that I have 30. And when we come back again, because can we do this on a regular? At least once a week, you and I, Dr. Copeland, when we can come together and just talk about life?
Yeah, if not, every 2 weeks or once a month, something. Yeah, we can definitely bring something to the peoples to try to help enlighten the mind. How about that? Let's use that word.
Okay, enlighten the mind.
Yeah.
And the same. So my people that I have, I need you to go over there to his channel and hit his subscribe button too. We're gonna work in between both of us. Come on now, both of us. And if you want me to come to your show one day.
Yeah, I haven't really done. I used to do the interviews, but on Dr. Copeland channel, I haven't really done any. I might do some stuff maybe next year because I used to have a radio show and stuff like that, so I used to post them live. Mm-hmm.
And you be on the health tip though, so I'm just on life. So anyway, let's get back to the Campbells because that's how this whole conversation started. Because when you sent me that, I said, "Oh wow." But it ain't nothing new. That's what I said. So let me I got just a small clip. I don't got the whole long one. So you want I can share that. Is that okay?
Yeah, share the clip so they know the subject matter.
Let me get it. Yeah, but I'm like, dog, Campbell soup now. I said, you can't break away from this, can you? Everything. Hold on. So let's see what he's talking about. I don't know. I didn't check it out because I'm trying not to find nothing too long. Let's see. Let's go.
And Campbell's soup, you ain't even got to worry about me going down the aisle that y'all own in the supermarket no more. Huh? And Campbell's soup, you ain't got to worry about me going down the aisle y'all own in the supermarket. Huh? Campbell's soup exec caught saying some very, very disrespectful things. Campbell's soup for poor people. He don't even buy it because it's 3D printed meat.
And on another note, fuck Campbell's soup. Here's the thing. If they say that and they put in like 3D printer food, 3D printer meats in their shit, stop that.
Guess what I found in my cabinets? Campbell's. Fuck Campbell's. Last but not least.
Hey, in case you missed it, if you buy Campbell's soup, you're poor. Yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. And it's not me saying it, okay? It's the VP of Campbell's. He said that they make shit for poor people, okay? That's who buys their product, is poor people. I wasn't aware of that. Now I am. I wanted to make sure that you're aware of that, okay?
If you do eat Campbell soup, chicken soup, and whatever, I'm told it's a big thing in the US. By the end of this video, you probably will rethink doing that because the VP of this very big, huge corporation was recorded without his knowledge, talking about how whoever buys this is a poor person. You all are poor. Just in case you have it in your house, that's exactly how he thinks about you. But not just that, that their products are bioengineered. And that's what you've been feeding your babies, you. And as a result, with the so many videos that I've come across from TikTok, a lot of people are already trashing and throwing cans and cans. Some others are like, we've never eaten this. Other people are already exposing information that is on these tins.
All right, look. So basically, so they've been having 3D meat. I don't even know what the 3D meat is for real. I mean,
it's like a printer.
It's like a what?
It's like a printer, but it prints the meat. Look up 3D meat, 3D printer meat, food, and you can show a little video clip of that. It should have a small one to show you how it's done. But they take like a cell of an animal or something, and we can have the taste in it, and put it through this print, literally a printer, print out the food. Why are you looking for that? Let me add on to that. It's good to me to a degree, in my opinion, that they expose that, but it's more than this Campbell. You gotta understand that Campbell's is a big corporation, correct? So most big corporations make products for smaller corporations. So what I mean by that, so let's say Great Value. That could have been made by Campbell's, but I could put my label on it. You see what I'm saying? So I just noticed myself, I was looking at some products at the grocery store. If you look on the back, look at the ingredients, okay? And then they should have a nice bold print. It's going to say it contains bioengineered products, something like that. You can look on your soups, look on your cereals, and you should see it. They have to put it on there now. So it's going to be a nice bold black print. It's going to be on the back of your can. Like you say, you got to read the ingredients. It's going to be up under the ingredients section. Cereals, it's probably other products too, but I just noticed it on some cans, canned foods and stuff like that. And also, like I said, it's only I used to know this stuff, but I haven't studied it in a while. But there's only a few like crafts. General Mills is one of the big ones. These used to be Post, Kellogg's. These are some of your major companies, but however, they make products for smaller companies too. But you can put your label on it. Okay. So we got to keep that in our conscious mind as well.
Okay.
Is that something about 3D printing meat?
Yes.
Okay, see if you got something.
Okay.
This is the 3D printed steak. Here's how it's made. Okay, I've been wanting to compare this to a regular steak for ages, because there's two main ways we 3D print steaks. The first is with ingredients trying to imitate meat. Muscle-like components are pushed through a nozzle. An inkjet printer then spreads the meat juice, and a binder jet spreads powders like protein or sugar. The second is bioprinting. This process prints cell-based meats, which in theory is identical to the real thing, minus pollution and death. Scientists are still figuring out the best way to do this, but right now printing meat pixel by pixel looks promising. So my steak is made the first way, and for comparison, this is a regular steak, and this is the 3D printed steak. Here's how it's made. Okay, I've been wanting to compare this to a regular steak for ages, because there's two main ways we 3D print steaks. The first is with ingredients trying to imitate meat. Muscle-like components are pushed through a nozzle. An inkjet printer then spreads the meat juice, and a binder jet spreads powders like protein or sugar. The second is bioprinting. This process prints cell-based meats, which in theory is identical to the real thing, minus pollution and death. Scientists are still figuring out the best way to do this, but right now printing meat pixel by pixel looks promising. So my steak is made the first way, and for comparison,
This is a regular steak, and this is the 3D printed
That's
steak.
it.
Here's how it's made.
Okay, so that's repeating itself.
Yeah, that's a short. But yeah, they got long videos on it as well. I try to show it at my lectures about 3D print meat. They also have learned how to make certain meat out of feces as well.
Oh, let's look at McDonald's. Hold on, because who don't love McDonald's? You gotta love it, ain't it? You gotta love it. That's what they say, right?
I call it McDoo-doos. I don't want to fool around.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, I'm loving it. That's what I think it is. I'm loving it.
Or the commercial.
Uh-huh. Let's see.
Imagine waking up to a fresh 3D printed breakfast. No cooking, no prep, just ready to eat. Like your coffee maker, but way cooler. Sounds like sci-fi, right? Well, it's real. 3D food printing is here, and it's already changing the way we eat. But how does it actually work? Let's take a trip across the globe, from high-tech labs in the Netherlands to pasta-making robots in Italy, and even into outer space to find out how 3D food printing works. The race for new ways to produce food is heating up, and 3D food printing is leading the charge. This isn't just about making cool-looking snacks. It's the only tech that can turn digital designs into actual edible meals. Yeah, we're literally printing food. 3D food printers work just like regular 3D printers, layer by layer, using a design file that tells them exactly what to create. First, the ingredients are prepped and pureed into a pasta using mixers or blenders, depending on the food type. Think mashed vegetables, doughs, or protein-rich blends. Additives like gelling agents or thickeners, such as agar, pectin, or xanthan gum, are sometimes mixed in to get the texture just right for printing. Then the printer loads up the file and gets to work, squeezing out the food through a nozzle and shaping it with insane precision. But not all food prints the same way. Some foods like dough or puree print smoothly and are ready to eat right away. But others like cheese or melted chocolate come out in liquid form and need to be cooled or set before they're good to go. That's why food tech experts keep an eye on the process, tweaking settings to make sure every bite comes out just right. Recently, researchers have begun to incorporate the use of lasers into the 3D printing machines to essentially cook the ingredients as they're being made. One of the most mind-blowing developments is how some printers now handle multi-ingredient meals. Imagine printing a cheeseburger where the bun, patty, and sauce are each deposited in perfect order, cooked or cooled at just the right moment, all without a frying pan in sight. It's like having a digital chef with robotic precision and zero burnout. Even crazier, some experimental printers can read biometric data, like your age, weight, or even vitamin deficiencies, and adjust the meals as it prints to fit your exact needs. Now, if you're wondering, does 3D printed food taste weird? The answer is no. It's made with the same ingredients as regular food, just shaped in a way that's impossible by hand. The difference isn't in the flavor, it's in the precision, the texture, and how insanely detailed these edible creations can be. History of 3D printing food. As you might know, 3D printing isn't new. Engineers have been using it for decades. Back in the 90s, scientists at Wake Forest Institute printed human organ tissues. Yes, human tissue. And NASA has been printing rocket parts since the early 2000s. But here's the twist. Until recently, no one thought about using it to print food. Now, chefs are jumping on the tech, eager to see just how far they can push the limits of edible creativity. This isn't just cooking, it's personalized edible engineering. 3D food printing lets chefs get wildly creative, whipping up designs that would be nearly impossible to make by hand. It also means food can be customized down to the tiniest detail, perfect for picky eaters, kids who hate certain textures, or even people with special dietary needs. Besides being fun and creative, it's practical. 3D food printing slashes prep time, cuts down on waste by using only the exact ingredients needed, and guarantees every plate looks identical. No more struggling to get the same swirl of chocolate or the perfect drizzle of sauce, just precision every single time. That's a game changer for high-end restaurants and mass food production alike. But how does it actually work? Real-world applications. Traditional food production has its problems. Just ask any restaurant owner. Tons of waste, high cost, and a growing demand for meals that cater to specific diets. And all that wasted food? It ends up in landfills, releasing methane, a greenhouse gas even worse than carbon dioxide. So, finding a smarter way to make food isn't just trendy, it's necessary. With AI and data-driven nutrition plans for individuals, 3D food printing could change the game. We can print custom meals at scale without the waste or inefficiency of traditional methods. Traditional food-producing factories are designed for mass production, not flexibility. Imagine a world where every meal is tailored exactly to your body's needs. 3D food printing could make that a reality. Big companies are already...
Yeah, so you want me to keep going or what?
That's good. I mean, that should be enough information right there to make you go, what the?
Yeah, wow. And it's just the beginning. I mean, I don't even know, like,
It's your first time really seeing it, right?
Yeah, like I'm what is it? Flabbergasted. Because I'm like, what is 3D? I never understood like how you print food and then eat it, because I'm just thinking like a printer, the paper, but yeah, they putting chemicals and different things and making it taste and feel. They can make it taste better than probably what you eat this burger and you go, this is actually a very good burger. They probably can play with your taste bud, play with your mind. And this is the stuff that go in your body that don't digest, because I did hear like stop eating the rice because it's not digesting in your system because it's plastic.
Yeah, or rice is starch too, but either black rice or either wild rice. It's more of a nutrient rice from my view. White rice and all that. I seen what he was talking about the plastic. Could be, I don't know. I do know it's a less nutrient factor.
But wild rice is better, you saying?
Wild rice or either black rice, if you can find the black rice. You ain't gonna find it in your regular grocery store. Black rice.
Where you gonna find it at?
You gotta go to an international store or something like that.
Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and that was the last clip. That was the last clip for us. I think we got some stuff covered today. Just life in general. So back to you. We deep into, not even deep yet. We're just getting started with the holiday celebrations. The Macy Parade just happened today. So the parades are on and popping, which that's a form of advertising.
The Masonic you talking about, right?
Huh?
The Masonic parade you saying?
No, the Macy. Macy parade.
Masons. Macy or the Masons?
Oh no, the Macy's.
Oh, Macy.
Yeah,
Store.
yeah.
Oh, the store Macy's. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about the Masonic or the Masons parade.
Wouldn't that be maybe cool? I don't know. Would that be cool if they did we need a black parade. Do we need a black parade or what? I don't know. But back to what I was saying, these holidays get ready to kick in. These rents out here ain't no joke, okay? And they putting you out on the very first month. Do not get out here and start to try to celebrate these holidays and stuff like that, and you can't make that rent. You hear me? Nobody feels anything for you when you go to the courthouse. Your lawyer can't help you. Your the judge is not going to help you. Nobody cares. They're going to say, well, right now it's Merry Christmas and all this stuff and Christmas holiday cheer. And yeah, everybody should be happy and all this stuff. And you're spending money, not feeling guilty. When it come time, if you got to get evicted or something, they will go, nobody told you to spend money. Nobody told you to spend money that you couldn't afford to spend.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have no mercy for you. Okay? And these kids need to learn what Christmas is for real. And like I said, have fun with it or whatever. Share what it really means. Back then, we shared presents. Like if we want to go back, we made presents, we gave out presents and stuff like that. So
remember, I was telling you it's called Yuletide season.
Yes.
You gotta go if you're gonna look up something when you understand the Yuletide season and the rituals they did for 3 days, beating their wife, drinking blood, to the merrymaking, or what you call Merry Christmas, doing homosexuality. So
yeah.
I suggest we look at that part. And old Saint Nick, who he really is, Saint Nicholas, and stuff of that nature. If we want to tell people to understand what are you really getting yourself into. And it's called Yuletide season. Yultide. That's
Do
the
you want me to
original.
look it up now? Or?
You can, I mean, but that's what people are celebrating. It's not our people's, we'll say, traditions or celebrations originally. You see what I'm saying? We didn't have that. You see.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something, once again, we've been trained to do or to believe in. You see. So it's definitely something here in our indigenous land. We ain't celebrate no Christmas.
How you spelling it again?
Yultide. Yuletide. These are Roman or Greek traditions. So it don't have nothing to do with us at all, actually. Even though they want to, put Yahshua's name on it, saying that, you're dealing with the birth of Christ, but he wasn't born in no cold ass winter in a barn somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of, my opinion, miseducation on that. Actually, I did some YouTube clips on that.
Well, you want to send me some, and then because I might not be finding some good stuff, and then I can do it that way.
No, mine kind of long, so I don't know if you see the word Yuletide. You find it?
We spelling it Yuletide.
No. Yultide.
Hold on there.
Yule.
That's because I'm like Y.
Make sure I'm sorry. ULTIDE. I think I'm saying it.
TIDE. Yeah, I got that's what's coming. You know, they dress up so much stuff. This look like the dressed up version. Let me do black stick.
Yeah, you're right. It's YULETIDE. Done with the celebration of the winter solstice. But you're gonna have to dig more than this Google a lot of times. You're gonna go deep in the rituals, stuff they did. They drink blood from what's called the Watusi bowl.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we can do. But oh no, I don't got it yet.
You don't see YULETIDE.
I got how Black America celebrated. Look, I put Utah Black people style.
Oh, and now Yuletide season.
Okay,
the season of what is Yuletide season? The people call it Christmas, but the original name, one of the original names, was Yuletide season.
All right, let's try this one. Oh, that's 58 minutes. Hold on.
That's who?
58 minutes.
Who is that?
One of the ancient roots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's 58 minutes.
Yeah, that's a little long.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. How about that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say Google it and see what AI say what it is. That's all.
Oh,
Yeah, you on YouTube looking for it.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Oh yeah. You might put in other words to find on YouTube to catch the algorithms. That's not even with Google itself. I mean, people get too dependent on that. What's his name? Bar Shango. His name Bar Shango. What's the name? I got it all his books. Is it called The Holiday Seasons? By Bar Shango. He definitely teaches you about that in his books. Sometimes you gotta grab a book, but you see the
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see the screen. What it say it is?
Is another name for Christmas season referring to the period around and including Christmas from late December to early January. The term originates from Yule.
You're right, Germanic.
Germanic word from a midwinter pagan festival celebrated by pagan. Look, I ain't the best. I ain't the best reader.
That's cool.
So celebrated by Norse and the Anglo-Saxon people. They African people, right?
No, Anglo-Saxon was the Europeans. They call themselves angels.
What did they always say?
Angels.
Was African.
Yeah, I mean, Europe itself originally was African, but you talking about Anglos or the angels, they call themselves also angels. You dealing with the Europeans or the Germanic tribes or the tribes of Europe. Mhm.
Okay.
So there you have it. It's what they end up calling it Christmas, right?
Yes.
So it had nothing to do with just us or Yahshua, none of that. It dealing with the winter solstice or the sun trying to come back towards the earth.
That's what they say. The harvest, right here, the winter solstice marking the return of the sunlight at the longest night of the year.
With the sun, see, they talking about the son of God and all that other stuff. You dealing with the sun, the actual sun. The Christmas trees, dealing with the the pine trees, all that you're putting up in your house. All of them are rituals. The little balls you're putting on your Christmas tree and all that. All of them are symbolic for things, and people don't understand what they're doing.
Oh, look, we just think it's festive and pretty and cute.
And then you talking about Mary, everybody marry this, marry that. You dealing with Mary making. And like I said, that was homosexuality.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something though?
Hey, the information you want to dig deep, but man, this gave me Bird Shingo. He gave me his first name was Ashuka.
All righty. Well, look, this was great, informative, and we're here, so we got to enjoy life, and let's try to continue to do so, and not let them get the best of us, but we get the best of them. How about that? So don't go out and spend all your money and think you're about to catch some great deals, because you're not. They only playing the game. Be careful what you eat. Try to grow some of this stuff. I heard they even messing with the seeds though. So all you can do is they messing with the seeds too?
Yeah, it's called Suicide Seeds. That came out in the 90s too. I had that in my lectures. So anybody want to call me in for a lecture too, they may be listening to this. Call me in and we'll talk about some of those things. I got video clips, information, because we got to educate. Education is power. All
right, there go his number again. Please give him a call, because we fighting a dirty system here. You hear me? We fighting a dirty system here, but we can win. We can win. So, but you just got to try to keep your eyes on the prize. That's it. So
your head on the swivel.
Yeah, your head on the swivel. But I'm always like, why you? Well, I guess because keep your head on the swivel so you can move it. Like if somebody try to chop it off, you can get out the way, move your neck real quick, on a swivel.
Look all around you. Just pay attention.
Okay.
You know what I mean? People not paying attention. Attention spans, like you said, is only 2 seconds. They got different things distracting us. All these iPads and iPhones and all these other things, scrolling all day, keeping our attention span. Then we say, I don't have enough time. If you look at the time you're spending watching TV and all these other things, so much time we don't blew.
Look, my grandbaby, we did what we was thankful for. She said she was thankful for her iPad. I said, okay. And she was thankful that she was prettier than the people that hate on her. I said, okay. Yeah, I mean, let's go around the table sometimes, let the kids say what they thankful for. Though I said, that's some serious stuff. I'm prettier than the people that hate on me. I'm thankful for that. That's what she said. That's it. Maybe they hate on you because you're so doggone pretty, huh? And she thankful for that iPad, and she never put that iPad down. Anyway, I'm just being silly.
Yeah, we've been at it for 2 hours. I know a lot of people's minds probably tired and weary by now. I guess we can get ready to end it out and do this again. Like I said, I'm subscribed to our channels. You know what I mean? Mine is under Dr. Copeland. check out some stuff. Although I haven't put no stuff up, but recently. But in 2026, I may start putting more material out.
Yes. And thank you for coming here. You always welcome here. So, because I enjoy the company, I try to do what I can, and I like to have company here. So, because sometimes you just be out here feeling like you're talking to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. Like I said also earlier, I have the mental health special for anybody that want to do some prevention methods for colds, flus, pneumonia, and stuff of that nature, COVID, all this other stuff they got out here now. But definitely got a special this the next month or two. Call me up, learn more about that as well.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, adios.
You about ready in out? Got your ending?
Yeah. You never play my song. Let me end it with my song.
Okay. Then.
And
we
then
ready to sign up. Appreciate everybody who's listening and tuned in today. Hope y'all caught some jewels. Definitely comment in the comment box because that helps the algorithms, and definitely subscribe.
All right. Thank you.
You ready to end it? You looking for your name? Okay, there you go.
There you go.
That's it.